Hello, happy Saturday, everybody. Hope you're well. So today we are going to be joined by Yomi of the Wig Bar London. I can I can see she's just joined, so let me try and add her so we can get this party started. Let's see, there we are. Beautiful. Press been sent. So I hope everybody is doing well. It's exciting. Spring, it looks like spring is finally approaching. We're out of the dark winter days.
Hey,
Hi. Hi,
we made
love.
it. We made it. Do
We
you know what?
did.
I didn't know I had the old version of the
Uh,
app at
okay.
all. Like, they're constantly updating. Sorry
I
about
was
that,
just about to
guys.
say that. They're constantly updating, so you can never keep up anyway, right?
Yeah, no, I didn't even know. Sorry, but we made it in the end.
No, no,
Thank
no,
you,
it's
everyone,
fine.
for joining.
No, 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 it's fine. It's fine. You're looking gorgeous. I love
Oh,
it.
thank you. So are
I
you.
thank
I know
you.
you're
Thank
rocking the braids. You love the
I
braids,
am. I am. Listen, lockdown, and so are you, right?
girl.
Lockdown braids all the way.
I'm telling you, I had to. I needed something that I can just do the school run in super quick, super
Yes,
easy. I don't even have to
yes.
brush the hair.
Exactly,
Love it.
exactly, exactly. That's exactly it. Us busy moms, that's it. Braids are the way to
Right.
go.
Exactly.
Great. Well, thank you so much for joining us this
No
today. This is
problem.
our
Thank you for
first
having
live.
me.
No, no, it's fine. It's really, really exciting. This is our first live on a Saturday. So
Mm,
that's exciting. And yeah, so obviously I think when we initially talked towards the back end of last year,
hmm
I've been following the Wig Bar London for a while and I love what you've been doing. I really,
Thank
really love the
you.
concept and everything about it. And it's something I found that was so unique. I was like, gosh, we have so many wigs, right? How do you
Mm,
actually take care of them? So it's good that you have this service that people can send you their wigs or extensions and you revamp for them. So I
yeah.
think while everybody's here, do you want to tell everybody who you are and yeah, just introduce yourself really.
Sure. So, hi everyone. I'm Yomi, and I'm the founder of the Wig Bar London, and we provide restoration services to wig and hair extension wearers worldwide. And our services range from just like a simple wash and style all the way to ventilation services, which is a repair service specifically for balding lace. So, individual hairs are hand tied onto the lace or onto any areas where the hair is missing. So that's just a quick overview of our brand and our services.
Awesome, awesome. So tell me, why did you start the Wig Bar?
So I started the wig bar because, well, one of the reasons I started it was because in my mid-20s, when I first started wearing wigs, there wasn't that much information around wigs and wig care. So it meant that I had to do a lot of trial and error. I had to spend a lot of money, a lot of time, and a lot of effort trying to figure it out myself.
Yeah.
So fast forward to 2019, I thought, you know what? I want a brand that helps and support wig and hair extension wearers through their journey and offer that support that I didn't have, almost like a hair bestie.
Yes, yes.
And just to prevent other people from making the mistakes that I made, because I made a lot of mistakes in the beginning, but those mistakes provided me with the foundation and the experience and the knowledge that I have
Yes.
today. And I
Yeah.
wanted a brand that I could share that experience and knowledge
Of
and help
course,
other
of
wig
course.
wearers on their journey. So
Of
that's part of the reason why I started the wig bar.
I know. And the thing is, our hair extensions and wigs cost a lot of money.
And it's
So
getting more expensive as well, especially with the lace closure and the lace frontal shortage. It
yes.
means that vendors are putting up their prices. It means that wigs are getting more expensive. So it means that we need to take care of what we've already got as best as we can, because we don't know how bad COVID is going to continue to
Yeah.
affect the supply,
Yeah,
of it
I
all.
actually
So
saw that. I think I saw is it Jackie Aina mentioning it? I was like, what? Is there an actual lace shortage?
yes,
So it's
there
real.
is.
Oh wow.
There is. So basically, North Korea, where the majority of lace closures and lace frontals are made, have closed their borders. So that means that the longer that we are in lockdown for, or the
Of
longer that their
course.
borders are closed, there's so still the demand is growing, but the supply is low. So
Oh
vendors are putting up
wow.
their prices. So yeah.
Oh wow. I actually just thought that was just, I don't know, banter, but wow, it's definitely
No,
real.
it's real.
Okay, so great. So obviously we know that wigs can be really expensive, so taking
Hmm.
care of them is paramount, like you just said, now with the lace shortage now added.
Yeah.
So it's really key to obviously look after your extensions and just
Hmm.
understanding like how to best use which products to use and also to get
Yeah.
your the best life out of it really. So
Yeah.
what would you say are the key tips that you need to consider when taking care of your the wigs at home?
Yeah. Okay. So I think the first thing we have to remember is obviously with hair extensions, they're essentially you have to kind of treat them no different than you would your own hair.
Yeah.
Obviously, the main difference is it's not attached to a scalp, right? So with our hair, obviously it's attached to a follicle and the follicle secretes sebum, which helps keeps the hair healthy and moisturized. Hair extensions don't have that. So the number one issue that you need to focus on and then you need to combat with hair extensions is dryness. So that's
Yeah.
the number one issue you're going to have like a problem with. If you can combat dryness with some kind of moisturizing routine, then that will help. So secondly, after that, I would say it would be like breakage if you're suffering from breakage, because hair extensions can break too.
Oh yes, they
Hair
do.
extensions can actually develop split ends. Like you get it, no split ends, all good, hair's healthy.
Yes.
Then the hair's breaking, you've got split ends, you're like, what is going on?
Yeah.
You're thinking it's the hair extensions, but it's actually the way, it's the maintenance, it's the care, it's all of those things that are lacking in that hair.
So it's not
That's
necessarily cheap hair.
no, it's not
Yeah.
necessarily cheap hair. Obviously, when you first receive the hair, you know yourself in your
Yeah.
gut whether you
Yeah.
got good hair or
Yeah.
not very good hair, right? So after the fact that you've realized this hair is decent quality, if it's breaking or shedding, so there's two different, so shedding and breaking are two different things. So if
Yes.
your
Yeah.
hair extensions or your wig is shedding, then if you look on your brush or if you look on the floor, you'll see long pieces, or however long that hair extension is, you'll see like a full piece of hair shedding in the brush or on the floor. If your hair is breaking, then you'll see short pieces in your brush or on the floor. So you'll know which one's which. If it's shedding, then you can use like a weft sealant to help reduce that. If it's breaking, now that's another problem. That means that your hair needs repair, because somewhere along the hair shaft, there's a very weak bond there.
Yeah.
And when you brush or when you comb or when you do anything to your hair, it's snapping because there's a weak point in the hair. So that's when you would have a repair treatment or a protein treatment to help that problem.
So can you do a protein treatment on hair extensions?
You can.
Oh
Yeah.
wow, that's
Yeah,
interesting.
you can. So yeah, I've done it before many times, and it works just as well, because at the end of the day, hair is keratinized cells. And it's the same with hair, because it's coming from someone's head. Like it's donor hair. So you can treat it the same. So if the hair extensions is breaking, it needs a protein treatment, but then that needs to be supported with a moisturizing treatment. Otherwise, you're going to do the protein treatment and think, okay, cool, I've done this now, my hair's strong. But then your hair now feels like straw because it's too hard, you know? So it's finding that balance. It's just like with your natural hair. You're not going to constantly do protein treatments every week, because that's going to lead to dryness and breakage. And then you're not going to moisturize, because then that means your hair is too elastic and it's going to snap. It needs to be a balance. Yeah.
Oh wow, that's really interesting. I didn't even know that. You know, if I'm honest, I'm a salon girl. I just don't have the patience for at home.
It's a lot.
It takes a lot. I think even with like my hair extensions, I just remember like I'll wash them, shampoo them, and literally just put conditioner and like leave them there overnight, then wash. And I know I've like deep conditioned my hair extensions, but I think that's just about it. And then once it starts shedding and breaking, I just automatically think, oh, my hair's old, I need to get new. But I know, and I know that's just a false economy. I just think it's more waste money. You know, you're just wasting money when you can actually just maintain your hair and give it more life.
I think you're right. I think the majority of us, we have got into this mindset that if your wig or hair extension has issues, just renew and replace. But the problem is, if the issue, let's say, is a maintenance issue, then once you get your new wig and you've had it for a while, you're going to have the same problems.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like
a false economy. That's what
exactly.
like you're just Yeah,
It's like a cycle of thinking, okay, problem, renew, problem, renew. Actually, hold on, problem, let's figure out what the problem is. And then
yeah,
maybe we won't continue to have that problem. And I
yeah.
think that part of our kind of brand ethos as well is to educate and provide the knowledge when it comes to care. So you're not constantly having the same problems. And then you're not constantly spending £600 to £1,000
Right.
every,
I know.
few
And you're
months.
right. I think it is definitely the education because I think, sometimes there's so many people who sell hair. This is another thing, right? So many
Yeah.
people sell hair, but yet once they've given you your wig, you're happy with it, that's it. There's no aftercare, right? There's just
Yeah.
an assumption that you'll figure it out. So
Yeah.
I think, there's that lack of, you've actually bought a specialized piece because sometimes some of them are custom made, right? So they should be some kind of maintenance and,
Yes.
care guide that is said
Yes.
and recommended products to use, but it's
Exactly.
not because I guess sometimes when you look at it as well, maybe it serves them better because they know you'll be back after like a year
Right.
or 6 months, right?
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
but
Yeah.
but with any, I think with a lot, some black girls or some black women, we like to have different types of wigs. We might have a long, short,
Yeah.
different color, different, one for each mood. So it
Yeah.
does really, I think it's so key that education is definitely handed over to the end user that we do not have.
Yes, yes.
Do
No,
not have.
I agree. I think as well, like just because, you take care of your wigs doesn't mean you have to have one wig for the rest of your life. Obviously, you can still have a variety, you can still chop and change, but the
Yeah.
key here is the collection that you do have, you're maintaining them so you can have them for as long as possible. Because if you buy a Chanel bag and something happens to the Chanel bag, like just general wear and tear just from wearing it a lot, because they're
Yeah.
cute. So
Yeah.
like you're not gonna be like, oh, okay, well this happened, I'm gonna get a new Chanel bag.
Yeah.
No. We'll find a
And
way to
funny
fix
is
that bag.
you drop it to the clinic because that's the thing. Chanel has a clinic, so they say you
Yes,
drop it.
exactly.
So
Exactly,
true.
exactly. So
So true.
it's the same idea. It's the same
Yes,
idea, just for
yes,
wigs and hair extensions.
yes. I love it. I actually super, super love it. Okay, great. So hold on. I wanted to ask. So what is the difference? So now we said there's a lace shortage, right? So one of the questions when we asked questions was someone asked us to ask you, like, what is the difference between Swiss lace and HD lace?
Mhm.
And do they need different care or is it just the same care?
Yeah. So
If that, yeah.
yeah, no, they need different care.
Okay.
So Swiss lace is like the standard lace that's used with the majority of wigs, right? So in terms of the difference, it's basically the denier. So you know how with tights you have
Mm.
different deniers, right? To signify thickness. It's the same with
Mm.
lace as
Mm.
well that you use on your wigs. So with HD lace, the denier is a lot lower. And
Yeah.
because they're film lace and because they're meant to really blend with the
Yeah.
scalp and give that scalp effect,
Mm-hmm.
they require a lot more care because they're
Mm-hmm.
super, super thin. So you can't really pluck them the same. You can't really tug on them the same. And they just don't really have the longevity. They do have a lot of pros, don't get me wrong, but I always say with HD lace, you should use them for special occasions as opposed to, I'm going to rock this every day. Because if you rock that wig, that HD lace wig every day, it's not going to last you. Facts.
Okay.
You're going to be replacing that lace in like 3 months.
Yes.
And if you've plucked it and bleached it, and yes, it looks very scalpy,
Mm-hmm.
and when you first wear it, and then you're gluing it,
Yes.
gluing definitely shortens the lifespan of lace. So if you're gluing it
Oh.
as well, it's going to last even shorter.
Of course. So basically
Yeah.
what you're saying, HD lace is much finer, right?
Yes.
And Swiss
Yeah.
lace. Okay, that's a nice
Yeah.
example using
That's a
tights. Then
simple
yeah.
way. That's a simple way of looking at it. So yeah.
So obviously, so what you're saying is obviously you take more care,
Yeah.
especially washing as well, the tugging, right? Okay.
Yes, yes, because it's the tugging that people don't really realize they're doing. Like there's a way that you put on a wig that you're not tugging on the lace, because the more you tug on the lace, you're gonna stretch it, and then
Yeah.
by the end you're gonna have like a flappy lace. You're like, well, why is this lace all stretched out? It's because every time you wear it, you probably shift it using the lace on the side as opposed to using the
Yes.
wig cap or using the straps. There's there's little things that you can do every day that prolongs the lifespan. And it might not seem like a lot, but it does help.
It does, for sure. So even especially when they want to lay the edges down, right? And you're
Yes.
using the real Gorilla Glue. The real Gorilla
The
Glue, right?
proper Gorilla Glue. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yes, yeah. Oh, oh wow. Yeah. And also something as well, like just leaving wigs aside, is also your hairline, how much damage you cause to your hairline, right? In
Mm,
regards, because sometimes you get a lot of breakout, you can get a lot of
yeah.
hyperpigmentation in the
Mm,
hairline. So it's really understanding that the
yeah.
products as well are key, and how you use your wigs, I think.
Yeah. Products and technique, they
Mm,
go hand in hand. So with gluing, personally, I try not to glue my wigs every day, just because before, back in the days when I used to make those mistakes, when I used to glue my hair every day, I noticed that my hairline was thinning in that area. So then I
yes.
said, okay, look, this is obviously not something my scalp likes. Everyone is different. I'm not saying don't glue wigs on your scalp. I'm just saying that maybe don't do it so often. And when you
Mm,
do remove the wig, use the proper products and do it in the proper way. That way, even if you're gluing it, then your hair's not going to be damaged. Because I know loads of girls who glue their wigs down and their edges are fine. So it
yes. Yeah.
really is about knowing the right products and knowing the right techniques and doing it the right way as well.
Way, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So someone's just actually put in the comments here
I
that
can't see. I can't see any comments.
that's what happened to me last time as well. I don't
Really?
know.
What's the anything?
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. So someone said I love Olaplex on my weave. I also really like Olaplex as
Mm.
well. But obviously it's costly. But at the same time, when you think about it, you want the best for your hair, right? You
Yeah,
spent a lot of
yeah.
money.
I with Olaplex, like I love Olaplex, don't get me wrong. And I had a question about this from a customer recently, actually, because she
Yeah.
was saying that how her wigs tangle a lot at the nape, and that's a problem that she has. So I said, you know, what's your routine? What
Yeah.
do you actually do when it comes to your wash day? And she
Yeah.
said she uses Olaplex, the full range, shampoo, conditioner, and then leave-in. So I said to her, and she was doing this because the hair was ombre, it was colored. So she thought,
Okay.
obviously, you know, it needs that kind
Yeah.
of repair. And I said to her, Olaplex is a good range, but it's not something that I would recommend using every single time on your wigs, especially if you're washing. This applies to women who are washing their wigs regularly, like every week,
Yeah.
because Olaplex is essentially a repair treatment. So it repairs the broken bonds in the hair. So
Hmm.
I think a lot of the time what people don't realize is once the hair shaft has received what it needs from that
Hmm.
product,
Hmm.
everything else is actually just going to sit on in the hair shaft. It's almost
Yeah.
going to be like build up. So what will end up happening over time is the hair is going to get hard and be more prone to dryness. And then
Okay.
you're going to overcompensate probably by using a lot of hair serum or something to make it more lubricate. And then it's just more product buildup. And it
You're down
actually,
the, yeah.
yeah, it actually works against what the product is meant to do. So if
So
you're
you're
going to
down a
use,
slippery road. So basically,
yeah,
so what would you say is the best routine for your hair? Because it's true, if you're wearing your wig every day,
mm,
how often should you be washing it? And then even when you're washing it, then how often do you need to do those repair and condition
yeah,
treatments?
yeah. So I personally, I always recommend to our customers, if you're buying a wig, try and make sure it's made on a mesh stretchy wig cap as opposed to a dome cap. The problem with dome caps is they retain so much moisture, so much dirt, so much product in because it's fabric, and then
Of
it's not
course.
letting your hair breathe. Your hair still needs to breathe, like it has to. So when you're buying wigs, please make sure they're made on some kind of
Yeah,
mesh cap, and they're easier to wash, and it makes the wig easier to dry as well.
of course.
So in terms of like if you're wearing your wig every day, I would say wash your wig weekly. That's
Hmm.
really, really important. Start off, depending on if your hair's feeling dry, then obviously start off with a hydrating or moisturizing treatment. Then the following week, this is for like if your hair's also feeling a bit, you know, if it's breaking or
Yeah.
if it's, you know,
Hmm.
not looking its best, got a lot of split ends, then follow up
Yeah.
with a repair treatment as well. So you
Hmm.
basically do 1 week moisture, 1 week repair, 1 week moisture, 1 week repair, and then it's a balance. And then
Okay.
you're fixing all the bits that you need to fix with the repair, and then you're also moisturizing and hydrating. So you're getting best of both worlds.
Okay, so that's an ideal. That's if someone's washing every week, which they should be. So if they're
Yeah.
not, because I know sometimes you like you see, actually I saw it on your profile, so I'm not calling anyone out. So sometimes you see and the hair looks really greasy,
Mm,
right? It
yeah.
looks really greasy. So I saw you can do the dry shampoo, which I was like, oh,
Mhm.
that's interesting. So how does that work?
So with the dry shampoo, it's really good because it has molecules in it that basically it just sucks up the grease. So it
Mm.
sucks up the grease, and it means that when you brush all the rest of the dry shampoo through the hair, it continues to do that through the hair, and then it gives you this like light, fluffy look.
Hmm. Hmm.
But
Hmm.
I wouldn't recommend using a dry shampoo every single time your hair's a bit greasy. It's kind of like a one-off kind of thing, but still shampoo is always going to be the
Yeah.
best. And also there are different types of shampoo as well, which I think a lot of
Hmm.
people don't realize, and you can use
Yes.
different shampoos for different things. And also another factor is hard water. If you've got
Oh.
hard water, yeah, that's going to affect the way the actual molecules and stuff do its job in the hair as well. I mean, a lot of people don't think about those little things, but those little
You
things
know
really,
what?
really help.
It's so interesting you said that, because it's like, I don't know if I sometimes say that to talk myself down out of doing my hair at home, but I
Mm-hmm.
find if I wash my hair at home, it's definitely different to the way the hair is washed in the salon. And I do think
Mm-hmm.
it is the water quality,
Yes,
isn't it? So it's
yes, yeah.
that's definitely a thing, that
Mm-hmm.
hard water, lime scale
Yeah,
in the water. Because I think
yes,
in the salon they use purified water, or is it filtered water or something,
yeah,
isn't it?
yeah,
Yeah.
because there's minerals in hard water that just deposit a residue in the hair, and they almost
Hmm.
like stop certain nutrients and stuff from
Yes.
doing what it's supposed to do.
Hmm.
So in those situations, that's why people use like chelating shampoos, they're called, because they actually remove
Say that
certain
again. It's called
minerals.
what?
Chelating,
Oh,
chelating
okay. Mm.
shampoos. So they actually remove the minerals that you get from hard water. But with those type of shampoos, like they're like once in like a month, once in a couple of months, because they
Okay.
literally strip the hair of everything, so
Okay.
you need a really heavy deep conditioning treatment to balance that out, basically. So it's not something I
Gotcha.
would recommend. I mean, you'd have to make sure that you have hard water first, and if you can
Yes.
maybe use some kind of filtering system, then that's good. But if you do have a lot of build-up, like we were talking about greasy
Mm.
wigs and stuff like that, then use a clarifying shampoo. That's really
Mm-hmm.
important, because
Yeah.
if you just use like a gentle moisturizing shampoo, you probably will have to use it a lot of times, so wash the hair a few times before you kind of see it doing what's meant to do. But with a clarifying shampoo, it's more stripping, but you do
Okay.
have to balance it out with a good deep conditioning like
Wow.
treatment.
This is a lot. Definitely, like there's so much. There's so much to know. Okay, so someone
Yeah.
also put in the comments, because that's is, where can I buy a weft sealant?
Amazon.
Amazon.
Amazon, yeah. Go to
Any particular
place.
brand, or
Yes. No. Just Amazon. Type in weft sealant and you'll be able to find something. It's not something that's readily available here
yeah.
in the UK, unfortunately,
Hmm.
but definitely in America, it's something that's very common. And yeah, you'd be able to get that.
Oh wow. Okay, so someone said, what shampoo do you recommend? And do you have, okay, that's different. Okay, let's do the shampoo one. So what
Mhm.
shampoo do you recommend?
Well, it depends what problem you're targeting.
Hmm.
So if it's moisture, because we've been talking about moisture, so we'll stay on that topic, then
Yeah.
I would say Tresemme do a really, really good moisture range.
Hmm.
And that moisture range will do exactly what you need it to do. It will hydrate the hair. It will also make the hair feel nice and soft, and it smells good as well. And also it's cost effective, so it's not
Hmm.
too expensive. It
And I
does
think
what it
they do
says
like
on the
a
tin.
big tub. They do like a big bottle pump,
Yes,
right?
like the 1,000 ml. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Get the nice big tub, and then
Yes.
yeah, you're good to go. So
Yeah.
if it's dryness your hair extensions are suffering from, then definitely you need to hydrate for sure.
Would you? would you say, so because of the hair texture, so obviously it depends if you have Cambodian, Brazilian, mango, I don't even know, all the
Which
different
a
types.
lot of them, a lot of those ones are marketing as well, FYI. A lot of the hair
Okay.
doesn't come from those places, but that's another
Honestly,
topic.
because I know there's definitely a difference with Russian extensions, because they're a lot, it's the hair's a lot finer. But I think like with Brazilian or South American hair, it tends to be the weft or the strand seems to be a more thicker. So would you say, not specific to any brand, but the best type of products to look for? So for example, would you use a Cantu on wigs? Do you get what
No.
I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
No, I would stick to hair products that are focused on European hair for hair extensions. Because products made for our hair can sometimes be a bit too heavy, and
Yes.
it just kind of weighs the hair down, and you just have more product build up. I remember in the early days, my friend thought she could use our hair products on her wigs, and she was literally like, nah, it literally,
Makes
my
it heavy.
yeah, it was like putting
Yeah.
cement on her wig. And she was just like, I had to literally, after doing my wash routine, I had to wash it again and start the whole
Yeah.
thing over again, but
Yes.
using,
Yeah. So
products focused on European hair.
so with curly hair, because someone's put on like how to manage curly hair textures. So would you then use again shampoos and conditioners specifically for curly hair?
Mm, no, not necessarily. I think
Okay.
the main thing with curly hair is that you need a really good deep conditioning treatment. And you can use your regular conditioner as a deep conditioner if you don't have a deep conditioner, right? So you
Got you.
probably have like a light conditioner at home, like there's different types. But if you apply heat, then it means it helps the nutrients in the conditioner go deeper into the hair shaft. So if you apply heat, then you kind of make it into a deep conditioner. And then also when you're detangling the hair, try to use your fingers as opposed to a brush. Please don't detangle with a brush curly hair, because yeah, no,
And
it's not good.
it can also break the shaft, right? It can then also cause split ends, right?
Yeah, that's kind of called like general like wear and tear. So
Okay.
there are quite a few they call them hair stressors that stress the hair. So the ends of the hair are the oldest, and also cuticle layers tend to get less the further down
Down.
the hair shaft you go, right? So it means
Yeah.
that the hair at the ends are more prone to like, issues,
Yeah.
because they've been through the most hair stresses, because they've been brushed the most, they've been combed the most.
Yeah.
Even when you put your fingers through your hair, like they've had it all, right?
Yeah.
So it's important to really protect the ends as much as you can, because
Yeah.
you can literally go from having a 24-inch wig that you've colored like, I don't know, 3 months ago, and then in 3 months time it could be a 20-inch wig,
Yes. Yes.
because
Yes.
because it's broken
Yes.
off, and you're like,
Yes.
hold on, this wig used to be so long and now it's looking short. That's a
That's
sign
true.
that
That's
something's
true.
not right and
Add
something
care.
needs to be taken care of. Yeah.
Yes, yes. Oh wow, yeah, that's so true. That is so true. Okay, so speaking of color, so is there any tips for bleached or colored wigs?
So with bleached or colored wigs, definitely moisture and hydration, but then
Yeah.
also repair. So this is when Oliplex comes in. Oliplex is really
Okay.
good for like colored hair and stuff like that, because it helps like rebuild the broken bonds that's in the
Yeah.
hair. So any kind of like treatments specifically for colored hair helps. And if you're finding that the hair is breaking, because I've had to do this a couple times with my wigs, use a protein treatment. Affinity do a really, really good one, but
Okay.
it's so strong and so good that you literally only need it like once every 6 weeks. And you have to follow up with a moisturizing treatment. Otherwise, yeah,
Yeah.
it's literally going to be like straw. But
Oh.
the Affinity one is a really, really, really strong one. That's if you want to stop breakage like that.
Yesterday.
Yeah,
Yes. Yes.
that it does that job for you. Yeah.
Oh wow, awesome. Also, okay. So I think what other one? Okay, so there was this question is what's the best way to detangle hair extensions from the roots without pulling strands out?
Detangle from the bottom.
roots.
No,
Yeah,
from the
from the
bottom
bottom. Okay.
first. Yeah. So, okay, so it depends on how tangled and matted the wig is. If the wig is so matted that washing it is just going to cause more friction and cause more, then you have to detangle before you wash. So I would mix conditioner with some water, put it in a spray bottle, and then spray the areas where it's really matted. And then you have to section and start from the bottom with a wide tooth comb, and then start from the bottom and work your way up. It's a long process, but it can be done. But starting from the bottom and then working your way up and holding the hair. So if you hold the hair and let's say the ends are here, then you detangle and you just work your hand up and you keep on going up. Yeah, you do it like that.
Yeah, because I think when I was on your page, I always see that you always obviously have like a dummy and you put it on. Like, do you think if you are a wig wearer, you definitely need one of those at home?
Yes, you do. Yeah. And you need a good wig stand as well, because there's so many wig stands out there, but they're not all made the same. And I've realized that for sure. You get some of them and they're rocky, they're not stable. And you get some which are really, really good and sturdy. So you need a really good wig stand. You need like a wig head. The polystyrene ones are kind of like wig heads for beginners, I call it, because you need like the one. The wig beginner starter pack is the polystyrene heads. No, we've all been there. I've had one,
I've had one. That's why I'm laughing. I'm just like, oh, memories.
Nostalgia. But it's the wig block with it's filled with like cork and stuff like that.
Okay,
the ones that we use basically. And also get some T-pins. So it's basically like long pins and it's a T at the end, and it helps hold the wig onto the block. And then you've got a solid foundation to work from, and you can detangle with ease, because let me tell you, there's nothing more annoying than trying to detangle a wig on on a stand that doesn't want to stand. That's your job.
I think you can make it worse. I think actually, because it keeps flipping, right? So you're just like, and it's like flipping, and you're like,
and it's just wobbling, and it's like, what did I pay you to do if you're not standing? So trust me, that's the most frustrating, and it wouldn't help you detangle properly, because you have to like fix the stand and all that stuff. So investing in a good stand and a good wig block will help.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, someone said facts. Yeah, Semitali. Yeah, facts. Okay, so because of time. Oh, has it actually been more 30 minutes? Over 30 minutes. Okay, because of time. What's the best way to store your wigs?
Yes, I love this question. So there's a variety of ways, and it really depends on two things. It depends on, one, do you plan to wear this wig the next day, the next day, the next day, and you want to maintain the style, right? Or two, do you plan to store this wig away for maybe the next time that you feel like you want to wear it? This might be next month or whatever. So starting with the first one, if you plan to wear your wig every day, then you need a wig stand that so the ones that have legs are really good, because you can put the wig on and you can hang it somewhere where the style isn't affected, so it's not going to be squashed or pressed. Any kind of wig storage that's going to squash or press the hair, you're not going to maintain the style. So wig stands, so basically freestanding wig stands. And there's a wig stand, actually, I haven't tried them yet, but I've seen them around, and we follow each other, and I love the brand. And I think it's called Wig Wear. Is it by My Wig Wear? I think it's by My Wig Wear. And
is it the one that comes like with a pump?
Yes, the travel.
Oh yes.
So something like that would be perfect, and it's great because you can travel with it as well.
Yes.
Like my friend, when we went to Ibiza years ago, like she would literally just leave her wigs just hanging around anywhere, like on the balcony,
on a doorknob,
hanging on the chair, like hanging on a water bottle, like just random, just random places. And it's like, if you had that travel wig stand, and it's like, your wig is, in a place, and it's gonna keep the style and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. It is.
And
I
then the
can't remember the
second,
name. I
yeah,
know
I
I've
can't
seen them
remember.
before. They're amazing. My
Yeah, no,
wig
they're
wear, I
really
think you're
good.
right.
I feel bad that I can't remember their name, but
Yeah, yeah,
I love when innovative products come out in the wig industry. It gets me so
yeah,
excited because
yeah,
I feel like there's 2.4 billion women in the world that wear wigs globally. That's a lot of
a
women,
lot.
right?
That's a lot.
And I just feel like we're left to last when it comes to
Mm,
innovative products. So
mm,
it's like the other sectors within the beauty industry, they
yeah,
get like, stuff
yeah,
coming out all the
yeah,
time. And it's like, we've
yeah,
launched this, we've got this, we've got this. And it's like,
yeah.
we like, we wear wigs. It's kind of like, okay, so
Oh, what about us?
yeah, what about us? Like, so, that's why I love supporting any brands that come up with innovative products that help and support the wig community. But
Yeah,
not to like go off tangent, but to jump back to what I was talking about before, the second type of storage is, just say you have a lot of wigs and you just want to store them away. Then you've got wig bags with the zips, and then you kind of like put they're wig hangers, that's what they're called. So you put them in the bag with the hanger, and then you zip them up, and you can put them in your wardrobe, and you can just hang them. So you can, because they're flat, you can literally
yeah.
hang like 10, 15
So you need to have
hangers.
like a wig wardrobe, because listen, some
That's
women
what we're
have
aspiring. That's what we're
10
aspiring
wigs. I think,
I
wow. Oh,
listen, I aspire to have a wig room. Not even a wig wardrobe. I just want the whole room to be full of wigs, every color coordinated, right?
honestly,
Dream.
that was actually
But
quite
yeah, that's it. Or you can just put it in a wig bag. You can just put it in a
okay.
wig bag, and then at least that way your wig's away. And if it's a silk wig bag, then it's not going
Yeah.
to absorb too much moisture from the hair and dry it out. And then you
Yes.
can just find an area in your house and just like put your wigs in that section. But yeah, try not to just, and I know a lot of us has done it, when you just fling your wig somewhere and just dash it. And then you just have like, a bag full of just hair,
Wigs.
wigs,
Yeah.
and all of this
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
it just makes your job harder when you want to get the wig ready to look good
No,
again.
absolutely.
Yeah.
I've definitely learned the hard way. Yeah, I now keep mine in individual silk
Mm.
bags. Yeah, but I
Yeah,
think
it's
the wig
important.
stand is definitely key. I actually don't own one. I'm just always thinking every yeah, I've had the polystyrene, and I think that was the last time. And also maybe because I also wear U parts. I don't actually wear
Oh,
wigs with lace. I
okay.
always wear U parts. Yeah, because I still
Mm.
like to kind of see my scalp. So
Yeah.
I
Okay.
tend
So
to.
when you wear so your hair's natural, right?
Yeah,
So
but
when
I
you,
also
so,
used to also used to relax my hair. So I used to
oh,
keep.
okay. Because I was going to say, when you wear the U parts, do you go for the kinky U part wigs?
No, I even do
No.
straight because I
Oh,
used,
okay.
yeah. It's
Yeah,
only
yeah, yeah.
been since lockdown. I haven't. I'm a salon girl. I go to the salon. I do my hair.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think I only did the natural hair journey while I was pregnant. Maybe then
Mhm.
like 3 years at that, and I was just like,
Yeah.
oh, I don't have patience for this anymore. So I just started.
Mm.
Yeah, so I just went back, started relaxing my hair. And then that's why
Okay.
I did then do regular treatments and the rest
Right.
of it. Yeah,
Yeah.
so I've always and then if I do want to do a protective style such as a weave, I'll do someone said right now my wig is in a plastic bag. Girl, you need to get a satin bag. Face palm, yeah.
No, you need to get a wig storage bag, please, please.
Yeah.
No plastic bags, please.
Yeah, but yeah, so it's only now that so then I'll just do a wig part. But then even with natural hair, even when I was natural, I still used to
Yeah.
do U parts with the
Mm,
natural kinky hair. I just
mm,
find it a lot easier for myself, and I like to
yeah.
see scalp. And then also my hair, I don't like because of product, like I was saying before, product in the
Mm,
hair, like I don't think it's a
mm,
major issue. You get a lot of
yeah.
hair, and I do tend to break out a lot in my hairline because of
Mm,
product. So I just
yeah.
prefer, yeah.
Do you know what I've realized as well? I don't know if you've realized the same thing, but like the older I've gotten, I've realized that my hairline isn't as strong as it
Mhm.
used to be. So it can't take the same tension that it used to take back in the days, because some of the styles I used to do back in the days, like my edges will be pulled like
Spring back.
what? To the high
Yeah.
heavens. My edges were pulled, right? And my
Mm,
edges were still fine. But
mm,
now, if I try and do that
mm.
same style, listen, my edge will be gone. They'll
Oh wow.
disappear fully.
No, thank
So
God. I have actually have strong edges. Touch wood. Touch wood. start ripping out.
So
But
you're
yeah.
good. No, you're good. Like
Mm.
even with these braids, like I did them recently, 2 weeks ago, and I have to make sure that I do like chunky sections, like because I have a really low. This is what you call a low hairline. So in the world of like wearing wigs and frontals, having a low hairline can be kind of considered an issue because my hairline is quite close to the arch of my eyebrow, so it means I don't have that much
Oh,
space.
okay. You don't
I don't
have
have that.
this space.
You see, yours is
Got you.
yeah, yours is
I didn't know
good.
that. I didn't
So
know
I've
that's a thing.
it's a thing. Like literally, if I was gonna get my hair installed, I would have to let them know that I've got a low hairline because it needs to be worked with differently. Otherwise, my baby hairs, by the time you put the lace on, my baby hair's gonna be over my eyebrows. And you know, we need to you know, work with what we've got. So for the longest time, I couldn't figure out frontals because I was like, why is my hair still peeking out of my frontal? And then I figured it out. So I was like, okay. And there's a way around it. There are certain in-store experts that are, you know, experts at low hairlines. So
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Oh wow. Love that. I didn't even know that was a thing. You see, I don't even wear lace fronts, so I wouldn't even know. But wow. Okay.
I always say everyone needs to experience the lace front life at least once. At least,
You know,
once.
I did, like, honestly, years. I can't even remember, like, maybe over 10 years when lace was super, super rare. There used to be this lady in Camden that used to do these lace, amazing, right? And that was the first time. But I found that the lace was really different. Or maybe it was her technique. I don't know. It was the days when everybody discovered like Beyonce had a lace. Do you remember? And then they were forever zooming in, and it was like, it was, yeah, it was like way back when, right?
Yeah.
So found this lady who used to do the hair, and then so I was obsessed with it. I was completely obsessed. But then now this time round with the lace wigs, I find they're really different. They're not the same. The quality is definitely not the same as they were before. And because it literally used to be like, you know, when you see people like, what's that lace? Nah, you should have seen how it was before it was, what's that lace? You know, like now, or maybe it's just I haven't found the right suppliers yet because she's actually moved out the country.
Okay.
So yeah, but yeah, okay, my kids are now like, okay, where's mom? But yeah, but this has actually been super amazing. It's nearly been an hour. So one thing, okay, so when I did want to ask, because obviously the Wig Bar London has a service, you also have a subscription-based service as well, which is awesome. So I think, you know, if anybody is listening now or later when they do watch it, when is the best time to send? Because for me personally, I think I want to send all my wigs because I can't be asked. But
send
how
them.
can they? Yeah.
Send all your wigs.
Yeah, so tell us.
So basically, the point that I would say that you should send your wig into a professional is when you've been doing, like, you know, as much as you can do for the longest period and your wig is still not looking or feeling the way that you want it to, send it into a professional. If your wig is shedding, if it's balding, if it's just looking wild and crazy and you just don't know what to do, send it into a professional, because there's just certain things that, you know, the everyday person can't do at home. Correct. So it needs professional help. So I would definitely say at those points to do that. In terms of our subscription service, so we've got two types of subscription services. We've got the monthly. So with the monthly, it reoccurs by itself. So you don't even have to go on our website and reorder. It's automatic. So all you need to do is just, when you have your order number, you just put it into our returns portal. You'll get a barcode. You take that barcode to one of our, like, you know, over 4,000 locations in the UK. And then you print out a label and then you send the wig off for free.
Love it.
So you don't have to pay for any shipping at all. And we've got so many customers that do that on a regular basis. And they love it because it means that even if they're at work, they can still, like, drop their wig off across the road. They don't have to go to the post office and queue. They can take it to a shop across the road and our couriers will come and pick it up and they'll get their wig back the next week. And that's the kind of cycle that you want to develop, because it's that consistency with maintenance that will prolong your wig life. Because as soon as you stop that consistency, then you're going to be out here doing having the same expensive habit that a lot of us have, when it's just buying new every time there's a problem, buying new. And then we've got our annual subscription service, which is obviously yearly, and you have certain services depending on the package you choose. You have up to 3 services in a year. So the annual subscription is mainly for customers who maybe they don't wear their wigs every day, so they don't need that everyday maintenance. But they still need something wig care throughout the year. So those are the 2.
Okay, great. So someone has asked, are any of those locations in Scotland? But you said the whole of UK. So, yeah, I love it. I love it.
Yes,
I love it.
we've covered all areas. Listen, because I know regardless of area, right, there's still going to be girls wearing wigs in Ireland, in Scotland. It's not just in London and in the main cities. You know, we've got to take care of all our girls. Yes. So we've got you covered. Don't worry.
Yeah, I love that. So yes, Viley, you can definitely find a location in Scotland. I love that. That makes it so much easier, honestly. I think even when I was asking you like how often, I think someone like me, I don't really wear wigs that often, but even if I think once at least every 6 weeks. So even if you're doing it at home for yourself, I think it's just like, you know, one of those things where you need to send it in, you know, to have a revamp, renovation, and then get it back, because you also style the wigs, don't you?
Yes,
so it's not just a matter of you just washing it.
No, we style, and then a lot of our wigs we completely revamp. Like sometimes we'll send it to customers and they'll be like, is this even the same wig? Because it's just totally it's literally like the experience is like getting a new wig in the post, but it's all ready to wear. So you just take it out the box and put it on your head. So it takes out the step of going to the salon, because it's bringing the salon to you. So it's super convenient, especially now, you know, we're in a pandemic.
Salons open, salons closed, salons open.
It's completely contactless. So you can still get your regular salon services, but to your door. And it's the same with like when you go to the salon every so often to kind of like do certain things with your natural hair that maybe you can't do yourself, but then at home you still do your at-home stuff, you know, at-home care with your it's the same with wigs. Like, you know, you might not feel the need to send your wig into us every single time it needs washing, but there may be a time in like maybe every 3 months you're gonna I want it to have professional care, and then I can upkeep it at home myself. 3 months, then I'll send it in again. That's totally fine as well.
Exactly. And you also color, dye, like you can switch it all up, can't you, as well?
Switch it all up. I love a switch up. Like I love the fact that you can literally embody a different character when you switch it up from like a bob to a lock. There's been times, right, and I didn't even realize I was doing this, but I would drop my son off to school in like a bob. I would pick my son up with like some long highlighted and I'll be and then the teachers will be looking at me like they have to double check if it's the same parent before they give my child off to someone else. But it's me. But they're used to it now, so they know. You know, I'm the hair girl. I'm the one that, you know. I just constantly changing.
You know what's so funny? It's so strange. So me and Abby, who's the co-founder with myself, right? We have this thing. So you know, at work, if you go to, we can't switch up your wigs at work that often, because you know how it is. In the office, they'll be like, "Oh, you changed your hair again."
when I was, because my background is in advertising and marketing, so I've worked for different marketing agencies, and usually I am like one of a few or one black person in the whole building, right? So when I change my hair, it's always the topic of conversation. So when I come in, I know that that's going to be what they're going to talk about. Even like if I weave or a wig the day before and then I come in, so my braids now, they're super long, like really long. If I came in with this, they would be like, oh, I didn't know your hair was that long. Wow, so how did and I'm just like, seriously. But then at the same time, I feel like it's my duty as a black woman for the next black woman that comes into work, honestly, to tell them, so that they won't now bombard her with silly questions, you know. So I'll take my time and I'll give them 5 minutes. Like, give you 5 minutes, ask your questions.
Let me break it down.
I'll break it down. They'll ask me that question again.
Honestly, it's the same. It's just like, oh, your braids, how long? I'm like, okay, let me tell you how long it takes. It takes this long. Sometimes it's 2 people, and then when I'm finished, we wear wigs. Yes, wear extensions. Even on Zoom, they're like, oh, you changed it. I'm like, yeah, it's a wig. Of course. Yeah, I just
that's one of the perks of being a black woman is we can switch it up the most.
Yeah.
Yeah, so just
Yeah.
don't be surprised or shocked. So yeah.
Honestly, I love it. This has been actually super amazing. I didn't think we'll be this long, but thank
I
you so
loved
much for your
it.
time. Yeah,
Thank you
Bailey
so
said,
much for
yeah,
having
sending my
me.
wig down before it's an emergency. Girl, you need to
Yeah.
send it now. And Ronke, if you're still there, Brown Beauty Talk girl,
Hey,
get us.
Ronke.
Yeah, she's on there. Unless you need to get a satin bag.
Yes, yes. We have satin bags as well. So
Oh,
when
there
you
you go.
actually book a service with us, you get a satin bag. And you can use that satin
Sweet.
bag forever. So yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful. But thank you so much for your time
No
and
problem.
enjoy the rest of your weekend.
You too. Thank you everyone for
Okay.
joining.
Yeah,
Follow us
thank
if
you.
you're not.
Yes, please, please, please follow the Wig Bar London.
Yes.
As you can see, Yomi is super, super, super amazing. So much knowledge. And you know, if you have any questions, flood her DMs. Like I'm telling you,
Yes.
just flood her DMs. Like she has all the knowledge. And
Send me
yeah,
all the
follow,
questions. I
follow.
don't mind.
Yeah, send. All right. Well, thank you so much.
Thank
And
you.
catch you later.
Take
Thanks.
care. Bye. See
Bye.
ya.